What's up, YouTube? This is MetallicTCG here, and today we're coming at you with a structure deck for Cyberstrike. Now, if you're familiar, you're pretty much the main reason why that this was actually, pretty sought after, is the fact that it actually has a very prominent reprint being Infinite Impermanence. Really good card, really staple hand trap these days, and honestly, with the going price for the average super rare being about 11 bucks, I kind of figured just buying a place out of the structure deck because, again, I get $6. I get pretty much 3 decks of the same thing, and I thought it'd be a little bit fun of an opening to do with it. Unfortunately, it didn't come in the best conditions. However, they're still sealed, which is the most important thing. Let me know down in the comments section below if you're actually a fan of Cyberdark. Cyber Dragons are definitely a fan favorite deck, but I don't know much about Cyberdark, so we're gonna have to take a look into it. Yeah, see, the entire deck is still sealed, thankfully. I actually checked it pretty extensively when they came in my possession, because again, they did not look good. All right, so, and for those who have not opened up a structure deck for some time, they've actually given us a ton of ultra rares and super rares, and I'm looking forward to show with you guys. Cyberdark Chimera. You can discard 1 spell card, add 1 power bond from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. You can only use dragon or machine cyber monsters as a fusion material this turn. And also, once you finish this turn, you can also banish monsters from your graveyard. This is sent to the graveyard. You can send 1 Cyberdark from your deck to the graveyard. Honestly, pretty good. Chimera actually seems pretty decent, not gonna lie. Cyberdark Realm. When this card is activated, you can add 1 Cyberdark monster from your, from your deck to your hand. Not too bad. With a different name from the cards in your graveyard. Fair enough. During your normal phase, you can immediately after this effect normal summon 1 Cyberdark monster. You can only use the previous effect of Cyberdark Realm once per turn. If you equip a monster from your graveyard by the effect of Cyberdark that was activated this turn, you can equip your opponent's graveyard. It's interesting. So I mean, it seems pretty interesting on how they want to go with Cyberdark. So like, I've seen the deck perform a little bit in realms like Duel Links, but not so much in the TCG. We also got an ultra rare Cyber End Dragon, very nostalgic card. I like how they went with the original art too. We also have Cyber End Dragon. So it's a Cyberdark Dragon and a Cyber End Dragon. Interesting, 5,000 attack, not too shabby. 3,800 defense, must be fusion summoned or special summoned by tributing a level 10 or lower Cyberdark monster fusion equipped with the Cyber End Dragon. Unaffected by your opponent's card effects. Ooh, that's actually pretty interesting. Once per turn, you can equip 1 monster from either graveyard to this card. This card attack number of times equal to the number comes. That's actually pretty good. Like the fact that Cyberdark are always focusing on equips, it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting, and also kind of like mirrors Chimera Overtech Dragon in that aspect as well, because again, it's having multiple attacks per turn. And I want to apologize for any focusing issues on my phone. I'm sorry about that. This card is always treated as a Cybernetic Horizon. This is always treated as a Cyberdark card. Send 2 dragon and or machine cyber monsters with different attributes to the graveyard. 1 from hand and 1 from deck. Add 1 dragon or machine cyber monster from your deck to your hand. And if you do, send 1 machine cyber fusion monster from your extra deck to the grave. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Because this sets up with your cyber and dragon pretty well. Because I was thinking how are you gonna be able to get cyber and dragon to the graveyard effectively? Cybernetic Horizon will definitely do that for you. So that's actually pretty interesting. Good to see how that comes up. Cyber Dragon Hurts. This has been reprinted quite a bit, if I remember correctly, which is pretty nice. It is a pretty good Cyber Dragon card these days. It becomes Cyber Dragon while it's in the hand. Oh, I'm sorry, in the field or the graveyard. You can only use 1 of the effect once per turn, and once only that turn. This card is special summon. You can make the card's level attack 5 until the end of this turn. Also, you can not special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for machine. Well, duh. And this card sent to the graveyard can add 1 other Cyber Dragon monster from your deck or GY to your hand. Not too bad. Not too bad. I actually found this was interesting. We got a super rare fusion deployment. This isn't a very old card, and I mean, I don't think it's really an expensive reprint either, but fusion deployment, pretty interesting. Reveal 1 fusion monster from your extra deck, and then special summon from your hand or deck 1 fusion material monster from the specific card on that card. Also, you can not special summon monsters from the extra deck except for fusion monsters. Straightforward. It's, Cybers. That's going to be fine. And there it is. Infinite Impermanence. Let's go. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, negate its cards until the end of the turn. Then if this card was set before the activation, it's on the field of resolution. For the rest of the turn, all the spell and traps in this column are negated. And if you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand. See, that's amazing. The fact that you can just use this from your hand is really cool, but if you actually take the time and invest it and use it like it's supposed to be for a trap, you can negate the entire column. Bruh, that's actually pretty good. Good card. Because, like, it makes me think, like, is it better to put this card, like, where there's an extra link zone? Or do you just, like, you know, kind of figure what you want to do with it, you know? So, definitely glad we finally have, like, an accessible version of reprint of this card. And this structure deck is not hard to come by. Attachment Cyburn. You can target one dragon or machine cyber monster you control. Equip this card from your hand to the field to the graveyard. While this card is an equipped card, the equipped monster gains 600 attack, and this is sent to the graveyard. While equipped to a monster, you can target one other dragon, machine, cyber monster, and graveyard special summon it. Not too bad. Classic Cyber Dragon, special summon if you have no monster your opponent does. Zwei, not too bad. Reveal spell card, becomes Cyber Dragon, and it gains like 300 attack. Not too bad. Dry is a little bit better, just because it makes all your Cyber Dragons the same level. Damn focusing. But you can't special summon anything else besides machine monsters. But again, not a problem. This is Cyber Dragons. That's all you're going to be doing anyway. So we gaming. Cyber Dragon Vire, I believe. Vir, Vi. I know it's like, I believe it's like German pronunciation, but you know, I never took German. Barely speak English. If you normal summon a special summon a Cyber Dragon, you can special summon this card. Not too bad. But yeah, just having like another body to go for your link summoning or like, you know, changing the level is pretty good. Cyber Dragon, not Chester? Whatever. Not chesting. This card becomes Cyber Dragon while on the field in the graveyard. You can discard one of the monster special in the card from your hand. And if this card's normal special summon, you can target a machine with 2100 attack or less to defend and your graveyard special summon it. Again, a lot of recursion, but that makes a lot of sense. And also, core is pretty good. He gets to build a special summon or add a cyber spell or trap from your deck to your hand. And also, if this card is in your graveyard and your opponent controls a monster and you do not, or if your opponent controls a monster, period, you can banish it and build a special summon a Cyber Dragon from your deck, which is pretty cool. There's also a little thing you can do with Cyber Dragon Core, where you can use like machine duplication on him while he's on the field, and then special summon up to two, like, you know, 2 Cyber Dragons. Pretty cool. Cyber Pharaohs. We actually saw this in Duel Links not too long ago. It's pretty interesting. You can special summon this card by tributing a machine monster. Once per turn during your battle main phase, you can fusion summon one machine fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand and or field as material. When a fusion monster you control is drawn by battle, you can banish this card at a power bond. So again, just more power bond searchers. Cyber Valley, nobody plays him, but he's actually a pretty decent, like, you know, monster for, like, you know, negating the battle phase. Cyber Phoenix, not too bad. Very old school. Cyberdark Horn. This is a very old card, but it's a nice thing of reprint that's, like, you know, pretty easy to manage. Again, same thing with Cyberdark Edge. A lot of these Cyberdark cards basically have utility with your graveyard, so kind of like Dragoonies in a sense. But we're not really going to go over the new cards, the older cards. Kind of just like focusing on more of the new cards. I believe Cyberdark Ken is actually one of a newer card, but I'm not 100% sure. This card sent to the GUI while equipped to a monster. You can draw a card. Pretty good. You can use each of the effect. You can discard this card. A machine Cyberdark monster from your deck to your hand. Ooh, a Stratos. Don't mind if I do. During damage calculation, a monster equipped with this card battles. You can send one monster from the deck to the GUI. Pretty solid there, Gamer Boy. Cyberdark Claw. This card is sent to the graveyard. Walk up to a monster. You can target one Cyberdark monster in your graveyard at your hand. You can discard this card, add a Cyberdark spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Again, just so much consistency in searching. Honestly, I was thinking about building a deck out of just using 3 of these and uploading it to the channel. Let me know if you're actually interested in content like that. Ling Lang, interesting. It's a dragon union. You can target one face on monster you control, unequip and special summon the original attack because of 1,000. If you can second attack during each turn. Not too bad. The multiple pack's kind of nice, but I'm not too sure. Yo, Kaijus. Kaijus are actually pretty cool because they can let you tribute your opponent's monster and get rid of a problematic threat. So Kaijus are always welcome for reprints. Gizmek Orochi, the Serpentation Sky Slasher. This card's in your hand or in GY. You can banish 8 cards from the top of your deck face down. Special summon this card. You can banish 3 from your extra deck face down, then target 1. That is really interesting. This would, I don't know, would this be good in Grand Maju? But is Grand Maju even relevant anymore? I'm not too sure. Because again, you're banishing stuff, and that's kind of what Grand Maju wants to do. Gale Dogro, let's go. This card actually be pretty expensive because it was really good with, what was it, Necroz, and I believe Herald of Arclight, just to be able to get some searches. So Gale Dogros are pretty cool reprint. Cyber Eternal, target one machine cyber monster in your GY fusion, at least. Turn to the extra special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. If a machine cyber fusion monster you control will be shown by battle, you can banish it. That's actually kind of cool. There is a lot of synergy with this already, so that's actually pretty solid. Cyber Repair Plant, pretty solid old school card. Cyber Emergency, oh yeah, this is a reprint now too. Animate light machine type that cannot be normal summoned, set or special, or one Cyber Dragon monster from your deck to your hand. And at this card's activation, your possession was negated by an opponent's card effect, sent to the grave, discard a card, add a card to your hand. So the fact that it can keep coming back is kind of good if you try to search out for it, but you know, Cyber Emergency is pretty good when you're in an emergency. Cyberload Fusion is basically Miracle Contact, but a quick play, and it's busted, and I love it. But good card, good card. Fusion, like, send monsters from your banish zone back to the deck to fusion summon, pretty good. Cyberdark Impact, exclamation point. Fusion summon one Cyber Dragon from your extract by shuffling one Cyberdark Horn, Edge, and Kneel from your graveyard, hand, field, or GY into the deck, and it's not focusing. I hate this, but that's okay. Inferno. Cyberdark effects cannot be that are equipped and equipped cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects, and also your opponent cannot target them. Very standard. You can target one cyber you control, return to the hand, and immediately after this normal. Ooh, that's pretty good. If this card is destroyed by a battle, or I'm sorry, by a card effect, you can add a polymerization spell or fusion spell. That is actually pretty solid. Future fusion with the errata. It's still pretty solid, but you know, especially since we're at such a faster pace of game state, I don't know if this is actually gonna be likely used. Fusion tag, not too bad. That's an older card too. Yo, machine dupe, kind of like what I mentioned before. Limiter removal, just in case you need a little bit more attack, always good. Cyberdark invasion. Once per turn, you target a Cyberdark effect monster you control equipped to one dragon machine from either graveyard as an equip. That gives it 1,000 attack, not too bad. Send an equip you control to a monster machine to the graveyard to destroy one card. That's actually pretty decent. Sure, it's a little bit slow, but like, you know, if you're playing casual, not too bad. Cybernetic Revolution. Treat one Cyber Dragon, special summon one fusion monster from your extract that lists a Cyber Dragon as material, but it cannot attack directly and destroy during the end phase in the next turn. Oh, not too bad. There's things you could do to protect it from what I'm looking at here, like, you know, some of the spells and stuff you could just banish it for protection. But again, not too bad, especially if you want to like tag out your Cyber End or something. Power Wall, this seems new. During damage calculation, when you take battle from an opponent's intent monster's attacking monster, send one card from the top of your deck to the GUI for every 500 rounded up. That's actually, sorry about that, pretty decent because you want monsters in the graveyard. So just having a means of doing that, not too bad. I mean, the ping life points isn't that good. You might be better off playing like Needle Bug Nest or something like that, but it is what it is. Call the Haunted, you know, pretty decent. Paleozocandia, yo, that's actually not too bad. Very, very prominent card in Duel Links. Same thing with Cybernetic Overflow. This is actually just really good because it sets up your Overload fusions. I believe, is it over? No, it's not Overload. It's the Cybernetic one that you used to like. That's a quick play. Cyberload, yeah, Cyberload fusion. So it lets your Cyberload fusion become more live, which is pretty good. So yo, respect. Chimera Overtech Dragon. This thing is insanely cool, but it's also kind of limiting in fact as well because it only gets additional attack on monsters, not anything else. But usually when you play this card, you're going to go for the clean anyway. Cyber Darkness Dragon. Must be fusion summoned. If it's special summon, you can target a equip dragon or machine from your graveyard to this card. It gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster equipped by this effect. When your opponent monster activates a card. Yeah, that's actually kind of like the Cyber Darkness Dragon version of like, you know, what is it? Slash Dragon. So pretty interesting. The attack is fine, but I mean, 5? Oh, that's kind of a lot. But it also does set up your graveyard pretty well to be able to equip to it later because you have a lot of means of doing that. So that's actually pretty decent. Just depends on how you play it. Yo, classic Cyberdark Dragon as well. And there's our Power Bond and Overload fusion at the last of it. So these cards are, you know, staples and very synonymous, like, you know, for Cyber Dragon players. So seeing Power Bond, a polymerization basically and doubling the attack and taking the extra damage. And Overload fusion to banish your stuff from your graveyard to special summon something big and hopefully go for game. And also set up now for like your Cyberload fusion. Still pretty good. So honestly, looking to the structure deck, it's not nearly as bad as I once thought it was going to be. Again, I mainly bought it for the Imperm, but a lot of support, everything, you know, seems pretty cool. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section on the structure deck. Do you think it's one of the better ones, one of the worst ones? I'm very curious. Again, this is MetallicTCG signing off. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment down also what other kind of openings you'd like to see. Now that I have a job, you know, money could be a thing. All right, everybody, take it easy. Have a good one.